All right, everybody. So it's 10:32 now. So let's start with Japan call. And I guess we were going by alphabetically. So Chiraibai, you will be the first. I think ABC. Anybody before Chiraibai? Let me know.
Right.
Go ahead, Chiraibai. Yeah. Just,
Okay.
share whatever experience you had. I know you had a package tour, but whatever comes to your mind, because I think seven, eight people are here right now who are more than eight, I think 10 people who has not been to Japan. So you can just tell your experience.
Yes, yes. હું just 29th March થી 9th April
No,
જાપાન
no,
જઈ આવ્યો
English,
છું.
English,
હા,
English,
yes, yes.
English, English. Yeah.
From 29th March to 9th April, I had gone to Japan, and I had gone by package tour. Package tour was managed by Flamingo Ahmedabad, and itinerary was fixed itinerary. But they have almost included everything. And we have selected that we can see maximum cherry blossom, and alpine route was not selected because it opens on 15th April. So we have decided our tour without alpine route. And those who have Indian passport, for Japanese visa is a little bit difficult. You have to provide many papers, like IT returns and bank passbook and many information. But it is online, so you don't have to go to anywhere, and no biometrics is required, and you can get a visa easily by online. Our visa was managed by company which had planned the tour. So there was no problem with visa, but most of the group members got visa. There was no denial, so everything was okay. Then we traveled by Singapore Airlines, and Ahmedabad to Singapore and Singapore to Osaka. And journey was comfortable, and everything went smoothly. Then we visited many places in Osaka, surrounding Osaka. We traveled by bullet train from Osaka to Hiroshima, and back by bullet train Hiroshima to Osaka. And we had very good hotels in Osaka and Tokyo also. We had very good hotels, and room were little bit spacious, not very congested, and everything went smoothly. We visited many places. Most I like maximum is Kawasaki Museum. That was a very good museum. There were some interactive games also. So those who are interested in science and machinery, so there were many Kawasaki motorcycles also and many things. So you can spend more time over there in Kawasaki Museum. If you are interested in science and mechanics, then Team Lab in Tokyo was a very interesting experience where science and art was very good. Uh, very technical and very scientifically and advanced technology was used to prepare that art and science experience. And it was a great feeling, and one should not miss the Team Lab. Otherwise, many temples and many natural things where we visited many places, and we enjoyed thoroughly. We had very good experience of Japanese people, and there are many shopping places like Daiso and Donkeys, and there are many streets, Ginzo streets, and many streets where you can have good shopping experience. So this is my overview. Uh, you can ask me any questions.
Yeah. Anybody has any question to Chirag Bhai? Chirag Bhai is a dermatologist from Baroda, right? You want to say a few things about you while people think about the question?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So Japanese people are very courteous and very disciplined people, and mm, there was not any single bad experience, and everywhere they were helpful, and country is a little bit they have very little space for residents, so all residents are compact, but other place it is just opposite to USA, where space is very much in USA, so everyone have big houses and big land, but here many apartments are there, and sometimes we feel that there are boxes like apartment, but otherwise, our guide said that all apartments are very comfortable and well planned. So they have very small houses, but very comfortable houses.
Yeah.
Roads
In
are
you.
very good.
Yeah.
Road conditions are very good. No, practically no speed breakers and no potholes. So very good experience.
Yeah. In the US, everything is big. The cars are big, houses are big, the roads are
Yes,
big, and the people are also big.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Good, good. Did you go to the temple, any Buddhist Shinto temple?
Yes, we visited many temples.
Uh-huh. How was your experience? Like, how did you feel like? Because I don't know whether you noticed or not, but many of that Buddhist temple are side by side with the Shinto temple. Have you noticed? Did you notice that?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, it's very interesting how Buddhism and Shintoism kind of merge
yes,
without killing each other. You know,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah, that was very interesting for me to see.
They coexist, and you feel very good atmosphere, very pious places, and
Hmm.
uh, mentally you feel very peaceful in those places.
Hmm. Yeah, the whole Zen Buddhism, came from Japan, so they kind of upgraded from China to Zen Buddhism and they translated into all those martial arts, you know, and it's just amazing to see how the meditation is part of the whole martial art through Zen Buddhism. But anyway, so great, Chirag bhai. Anything else? Can you tell few things about yourself?
About myself,
Yeah, because people who will love to know, because we are all connected now in the
uh,
group, but at least now we can put the face and the name together.
yes, yes. Uh, I'm dermatologist practice in Vadodara, and I like to travel. So far, I have visited 33 countries, and I whenever I collect coins and currency notes also. So I enjoy my hobbies of traveling and collection, and I enjoy this reading and information from our group Life of Travel.
Now, which currency intrigued you the most? I'll tell you which one intrigued me the most, but do you have any specific currency note that you were impressed?
Uh,
Which
Most
country?
beautiful notes are by Switzerland. Switzerland notes are very colorful and very interesting. But technically, it is said that Japanese currency notes are most difficult to duplicate. Uh,
Hmm.
and USA currency, which was old, previous currency was very easy to make duplicate.
Hmm.
So counterfeit were made very easily of US dollar, but Japanese yen are very, very difficult to duplicate it.
Oh, okay, okay. Miss, I was just in Australia and I've
Yeah.
been to Australia before too. I don't know whether have you touched the Australian?
Yes, yes. They have polymer knots. Australia, New Zealand uses polymer knots. Japan is still using paper currency,
Yeah.
but now many countries have shifted to polymer knots.
Yeah, it was like you can dip in the water and it should be okay. I mean, I didn't do it because I didn't.
It is waterproof. That Australian currency is waterproof. Now even England, UK has also come out. Even Nepal, Bangladesh are also have printed polymer notes.
Hmm. And it was really beautiful to look at the Australian currency.
Yes, yes. And wear and tear is less, so it lasts long.
Yeah, so upfront cost may be higher, but overall it pays off because you don't have to print that
Yes,
much.
yes.
Yeah,
And not easy to duplicate. So counterfeit is difficult of polymer notes.
yeah. Hopefully one day we'll see your collection of the coins and notes.
Yes, yes,
All right. Thank you so much, Hirai bhai. So now we are going to move
yes.
on to Dr. Manish Jain. Let me put you on the spotlight. Okay, so Manish is well known to our group. He's a pediatric surgeon, right?
Yes,
And he's in Surat.
yes, I'm in
And
Surat.
travel is his passion, and he has turned into a profession also. And many of our group members like Nirmal Bhai, Bhagwati Ben, even Alok Garg also, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
They all traveled together to, I guess, you went to Peru and Colombia together. Then you
Amazon,
went to
Amazon, Amazon.
Amazon, and then you went to Japan recently
Yes.
together. And there was one more place you went together before that, right?
Uh, yes, Nirmal, that was the Great Kumbh with Nirmal Bhai.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
So they all met through the group, and now they have become buddy because we just talked to Bhagwati Ben in UK, and they were telling me that you're planning for Argentina together.
No, I think the Masai Mara and the Uganda for gorilla tracking. That is
Oh, okay.
what it is in the pipeline.
Okay, maybe she's going Argentina on her own, but I thought you were
She
together.
went. Yes, she went. I think probably going on their own.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. So that's good. Yeah, the Masai Mara in Uganda. Well,
yes, yes,
that's going
yes,
to be
yes,
awesome. So,
yes.
obviously, as I said, that he has turned his passion into profession. Also, obviously, he has a thriving medical practice. But when you love something so much that you want to share it with others, and he has his own travel company called Joy of Travel. Correct?
Explorewithdoctor.com.
No, but
Explore with
yeah,
Doctor.
you started.
Yeah, yeah, I
Still.
started. So now there are two brands. One is Kites, Joy of Travel. Kites was the original brand, but now we have because I strongly feel that travel and exploration are two different genres. So we
Mm,
have for the travel, it's Kites, which is the tagline is Joy of Travel, and the Explore with Doctor is for basically exploration like Antarctica, Arctic, Amazon, and whatever is we more deep dive wherever we do more deep dive basically, which is more
yeah. So
exploratory.
basically, he falls in the category of traveler. Most of us are tourists, where we tick mark things like, okay.
No, Rakesh bhai, you are more than even tourist and traveler. So we can have a separate Zoom call on actually you, I believe. Your experience and only of you. And I'm seriously thinking, I'm not just because I have a lot of traveling is there, seriously thinking of having a complete podcast. But your podcast cannot be completed in one session. We need many, many. So but I thought कि मैं पहले मेरी तैयारी करूं फिर आपको approach करूं.
Sure. Yeah,
So,
well, so Manish just been to not only he traveled to Japan, but he actually took people with him. So he was involved deeply into the planning phase, and he has a whole team of people who, they do the research about the places and all those things. So he has the detailed logistic understanding also, plus he has a mindset of the explorer also, and obviously he's a pediatric surgeon, so he has a ways of looking at things that probably none most of us may not have it. So I'm going to let Manish take over about his experience about the Japan and what he would recommend. And I think he may be also another person that you can ask all the questions, because he has done all the logistic for a lot of people. So go ahead, Manish.
Thank you, Rakesh. So I think first of all, so this was my actually ninth Japan trip when I went. So I went first time in 2009. Yes, 2009 for as a like for some scholarship for my I mean, pediatric surgery, and then I thought that year that this is and that was my first foreign trip also. So I thought that अब तो कब आना होगा. So I made a program of 18 days so that at least to finish. And then by God's grace, I went every year for next consecutive 7 years for my paper presentations. And coincidentally, my elder daughter, who is now in Baltimore, she did her graduation after 12th from Japan because I was so much fascinated by Japan, by the people, culture, and so many other things that she did her graduation from Nagoya University, one of the top university of Japan. So, and but yes, after dropping her, this is after 10 years, I went to Japan this time. So I've traveled Japan as a tourist for sure, because we all start as tourist, then as a traveler, not yet as explorer. But I've been to some interior, not interior, but the countryside part, and taking the public transport, the famous Japan Rail Pass and everything. So how do I start? I don't know, but maybe I can start from our current trip and then we can have more questions. So this trip, which we finished just 2, 3 weeks back, this was a 13 days program, and this started from Osaka and ended in Tokyo. So Japan, generally, I strongly suggest that one should start from Kansai region, that is Osaka, because it has an international airport, and one or vice versa, start from Tokyo, and I mean fly in at Tokyo, fly out from Osaka, or vice versa. So that is because that saves a lot of time and logistics. That is first point. And regarding the visa, I just want to make few clarification for Indian passport holders. I mean, this is just in reference to my previous speaker, Dr. Saab, I mean, from Dr. Chirayu Bhai. So is that there is a small, I mean, it's not purely e-visa. You have to actually give the passport to the embassy. So, but it is e-visa for those Indian passport holders who are not in India, who are staying in UK, Canada, or wherever. They, even if they are Indian passport holders, they can get the pure e-visa, that is without submitting the passport. So that is one small difference. Of course, no biometrics, no interview, nothing. But yes, you have to submit the passport. But it's pretty, because I have seen the 2009, 10, 11 when it was really difficult. They used to give 15 days, but now, I mean, in our group, 50% of the people got 5 years visa, multiple entry 5 years. So it is pretty now easy. And yes, Japan wants them, I mean, wants people. For long, it was a little closed society, and we were really intrigued by the overall development, overall how they have reached. But like they are still close, probably. But yes, in terms of tourists, they are opening up, and so much that. And since I was waiting for my this visit, so this year we have already like started working, and very soon we will be launching. Rather, that's a new vertical we are starting. That is the educational travel for student and youth. And our first destination is Japan, because I strongly feel, with my multiple visits and my daughter's experience, that Japan has much more to offer than simply like sightseeing or even traveling. Like the learning and the learning, all of us are past that age, but still we can learn. But I think it is most helpful for the students. So this year we are planning to have at least one group of the high school students to Japan, and a lot of inquiries are already there, because I strongly feel that Japan has that. I'll give you just few examples. For example, this time, my daughter also joined from Canada, and she was, when last day she was leaving, her flight was different. So we went into the wrong subway to catch the train from the for the to the airport, and then so like there was a luggage of 22 kg, and then we were again, and there were 22 steps. So we were again going up. So my daughter said that, Papa, I will carry this, you don't carry. So she was carrying it, and one policeman in the early morning, 5:30, not 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, there was nobody in that subway stairs, and one policeman saw, he came fast, and he, irrespective of anything we saying no, 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 he took that suitcase from her and took that all 22 steps, and then he left by giving us the directions. So these examples you find if you travel as a traveler, because tourists, most of the time it is escorted, most of the time you are point to point, you are in buses and all that. But if you travel as a traveler, I am very sure one such incidents you will find in a day minimum, because Japan is known for that. The people of Japan are some of the extraordinary people. That was one big reason for me to decide at that time in 2014 to send my daughter after 12th to Japan, because I wanted her to learn much more than economics. So that was, and I'm happy that my that decision was when I retrospect, that was really good. So a lot of such examples, a lot of such, and of course, then comes the discipline, then comes the punctuality, then comes the care for the public. I mean, care for the people. For example, this time I found, not last time, that there are practically no garbage bags in Japan. Practically, I mean, it is very difficult to find garbage, but not bags. What I mean is the garbage boxes. I mean the what you garbage collection boxes, because everybody takes their garbage along with. So for us also, it was sometimes a challenge, but yes, we learned that this is the way to go. And of course, the origin of this is a different story. That some fire happened in some garbage, and then they decided, and that people followed. So these are the general things. And regarding the specific sightseeing, I strongly believe we have to go. I mean, we must see Japan beyond Osaka, Kyoto, Tokyo. That is very, very important. Of course, first time when we go, everybody goes like that. And but yes, the real Japan lies. You don't even, I would say, scratch the surface by these three cities, because these are typical urban conglomerates, and these urban conglomerates have whatever the high-rise buildings and everything. Of course, a lot of system, a lot of good things are there. But the real beauty of Japan, for example, this time also we went to Hakone, that is the Mount Fuji area and all that, and that was really, really beautiful, very beautiful. Similarly, the Takayama is another place. Alpine route itself, it was my first time, because earlier I could never see the Alpine route, so that is also very good. Cherry blossom. So basically what we did this time is combining, because the typical problem is that Alpine route starts from 16th April, and the cherry blossom almost completes by that time. But I took, like, while planning with the Nirmal Bhai, I took that challenge, and we planned it a combination of both. A lot of research went, and we went in the fag end of the cherry blossom and beginning of the Alpine route. So we made a right combination, and almost we were successful. 90% we were successful. So I mean, we could see the cherry blossom as well as, of course, the Alpine route. But yes, in the beginning, the Alpine route gets booked very fast. You have to book well in advance, and as a group, even it is more difficult. They still believe in facts and all that. Japan has a lot of original old traditions and all that. So but anyway, we were able to manage, and the trip was very smooth. Bhagwati Ben is there on the way, she can tell more about this. So this is what, to me, the one area of Japan which is in my bucket list and I have not yet been able to go is the North Japan, that is the Hokkaido area. So that is also one of the very, very beautiful area, not only in winters but otherwise also. And anything else specifically, Rakesh Bhai, or anybody wants to ask?
It's
Because for me, lot of
Sir,
things are there.
I think it was the garbage bags were done away after the Tokyo bombings. So,
Who was that? One second, I couldn't.
Rajan sir, sir,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
were
So
some bombing incidents in
yeah,
Tokyo. So after
something.
that,
Correct,
they
correct,
took
correct,
care of
correct.
the.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Manish, I got a
yes.
question for you.
Please, please.
Okay, so you said the Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo. So that's a general tourism.
Correct.
If you want to do more than that outside those or including that, how many days do you recommend for first timer?
Yes, correct. Very good question. So I believe 14 days can be a optimum. Why? Two reasons. One is you can cover pretty lot, and of course, again, the very, very well researched itinerary and curated itinerary as per your taste. So, and second important, if you are traveling independently, because there are two ways of travel. One is a lot of people travel independently also. Then Japan Rail Pass has the denominations of 7 days, 14 days, and 21 days. So that makes complete economical sense also to go. So, but if you are even free, then 21 days is also not a bad idea.
You say you've been there 9 times. Have you experienced their earthquake or tsunami yet?
So this time also, this time Matsumoto, we were going, next day we were reaching, and our luggage was to be transferred to Matsumoto, and the hotel counter refused. Bole Matsumoto had an earthquake today, so we'll not be taking. And after 3 hours, they started taking the luggage. So only one of our guests could not give it, and rest could. So Japan earthquake is a normal thing, very normal thing. It happens, it goes, it comes, and they have the best of the system. So for this educational travel, what I'm planning, I want to take and mostly because since it is my another passion, I mean, I'm trying to combine my education and travel both passion through this program, I mean, through this trip. And I want to take them to the disaster management authority or whatever in Japan there, because that learning can be a great learning, how they do, how responsibly they do.
I echo that because I've read a number of things. Of course, I grew up in San Francisco Bay Area, so I'm prone to earthquake, but there's disaster management system, it's unbeatable.
Absolutely. It has to be probably seen to be believed.
Yeah, so that's why, but I just want to see if you had a first-hand experience of it or not. So
Agree. So you are still in, by the way, Bay Area, San Francisco?
no, I'm in Houston now, but
Okay, okay.
Bay Area, and I left California in '94. But now
Because I'm from 2nd to 7th, I'm in San Francisco,
uh,
2nd June to 7th. So I thought if you are there, I'll meet you.
who
But
knows? I got my whole family. Everybody's there. San Francisco Bay. I
Okay.
back and forth all the time. But
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
the Chinmay is there and Dr. Kalyan is there. So if you can post in the
Okay.
group, you should be
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
connect with somebody there. Yeah.
Perfect.
Rakesh
Yeah.
bhai, may I add something?
Who is this?
Chetan Patel.
Oh, Chetan bhai, bolo. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Just regarding the disaster management,
Yeah.
because it is also a
Can you turn your
passion.
camera on if possible, Chetan bhai? People can.
Sure. Sure. Is all right?
Yes.
Regarding the disaster management, which has come out in the discussion, Japan has a very severe earthquake on January 17, 1995 at Kobe, and more than 5,000 people has been died. And to respect the event, the government has made an earthquake memorial museum. And being a passion for me, disaster management, so I went there specifically to visit that memorial museum, and it was really worth visiting, and spent at least 1 or 2 hours there. And it is not much more from the uh, Kyoto. Nearby town is Kyoto. But Kobe is well connected with the major rail lines and all other things. But it is worth visiting
I
this.
consider Kobe as a hidden gem of Japan. So in our itineraries, which we recommend, we try to include Kobe. It is a very small town, very beautiful town, and port town. And by the way, like a lot of Indians, Gujaratis are there because pearl business for long, the pearl trade was happening from there. And this time we even visited one Jain temple in Kobe. So yes, Kobe is one of the hidden gem of Japan and
They
very
have a
close to
wonderful
Osaka.
ropeway.
Yeah, very,
They have
very
a
much.
wonderful ropeway.
Yes, and very beautiful botanical garden. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in these packed itineraries, we cannot immerse much in that. But yes, if somebody has time, it requires a complete 1 day. And one more thing I would like to tell about vegetarian food, because that is one common question comes up. I'm not talking of specifically Indian vegetarian, but in general, the vegetarian. And of course, the Indian, because there was a time, 2009, when I went for the first time, that my comment was, किसी को weight loss करना हो तो कोई जिम में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, go to Japan for 14 days, ऑटोमेटिक weight loss हो जाएगा, because guaranteed है कि whole day you will not find anything. Yeah, I mean the vegetarian. That was the time, and now is the time. My comment is that of course, at that time also it might have been there, and I might not have been aware of because of our, like, that was my first trip. But now practically every popular tourist place, every place has more than one or two or three options. As small places as Takayama, Kobe, Nara, everywhere you can find not only the Indian restaurant, but if you search properly, then probably the vegan and vegetarian, non-Indian vegetarian restaurant also. And we did like vegan sushi, vegan ramen, everything. My daughter was there. She kept on searching, and we kept, and everything is of great quality, because quality wise, I believe Japan, whether it's the quality of toilets, whether it's the quality of museums, whether it's the quality of people, I mean, it is one of the highest level.
I have two questions, Manish bhai.
Yes, sir.
एक मिनट
Uh,
Sushil bhai, right?
yeah, Sushil here.
One second. Okay, go ahead.
So first question is, it sounds like there's a lot of hidden gems that are probably internal. So where that question is coming from is that my wife was saying, hey, celebrity cruises, all these Japan cruise, why don't we just take that and you're just moving from one to there? So, I mean, would you recommend a tour? It sounds like, a cruise tour rather, or
Exactly.
not, because you won't be able to cover the internal portions, right?
Exactly. Japan is the is the place which has to be I mean, to be immersed. So
Okay.
because I've done these luxury cruise ships and how their trips are, so they are like actually sightseeing trips, not
Yeah.
the travelers' trips. And yes, for the cruise purpose, they are wonderful. But otherwise, I believe Japan is the place. And plus, it is so comfortable. Whether you take everything, whether you take like travel agency help, whether you travel independently, if you are used to of that, or whether you take some local DMC's help. But like Japan, but yes, only thing is that the like right advice what is suitable to your travel style. I mean, that if you cannot do that research, then a travel advisor may help you. But that is very important. For example, I'll give you one good example. Nirmal Bhai went for the first time. We all know Nirmal Bhai from our group. He did not like Japan much. The reason, because he likes more the rural countryside and everything. And being for the first time, we were 24 people from some from UK, some from US, some from Rajasthan, Pune, Bombay, everywhere. So it's a variety of people. So as a travel advisor and travel company, my responsibility was to find a balance. And everybody was going for the first time. So to find a balance, and in that balance, Nirmal Bhai's liking was at the other extreme, so he did not like. But the point is that if properly curated or properly planned itinerary, Japan has something for everybody.
Okay. Oh, it's good. And the second question is a more generic question. Being a doctor, traveling Japan 9 times, doing all of where how do you manage all this? How do you have time to do? I
So
know
I think it's
Rakesh Sai does the same thing.
yeah, the one answer, the simple answer is that passion prevails everything. So this it's a purely passion, and still whenever I'm in Surat, because now a lot of traveling, I'm attending a lot of travel expos and all that. So now whenever I'm in Surat, I'm operating on children. But yes, whenever I'm not, so it's a passion. It's a passion, just following the passion. So but still long
Yeah.
way to go, because travel, Rakesh, and we all know. I mean, we all know that travel is such a large genre that even जो बोलते हैं एक जिंदगी कम है आपकी. So I think so instead of being a part-time traveler, I thought let's become a full-time traveler and part-time surgeon, because this is the age and this is the time where I can think of that. So that was the reason.
So thank you for your
Welcome,
very
sir.
well covered. And just an off-the-cuff remark, I'm glad we are sitting on the same island at
I was about to say
Yes,
that.
yes.
I was about to say that you are in the same place. Why don't you just meet and talk to each other?
Where are you based, sir? Sushil, sir?
I am based in Atlanta, same place as
Okay.
Rakesh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we know each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Good, good.
Very nice.
So Manish, right now, he operates on the children when he's in Surat, and then he will operate on children's mindset and the brain when he will take them for the educational trip, right?
Correct. And by the way, just to add, this year I'll also be operating in Madagascar. So this
Wow.
November, I'm going to Madagascar on a ship called Mercy Ship. Probably some of you might have heard of that. So that's a floating hospital,
Yeah.
and there are two ships they have. One is Africa Mercy. So I'll be operating on that ship this November,
So
and I'll be
Mercy Ship
yeah.
is like doctor. I'm guessing Dr. Rakesh. It is like a Doctor Without Borders, right?
No, it's a different organization. It's a totally different organization. So
Okay.
basically, it's a floating hospital. It's a very 1978. It's a Christian charity.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for
Yeah,
this
the
year,
name,
first time I'll be going there.
yeah, the name itself says. Yeah, recently in Panama City, the HCA hospital, they launched the floating ER.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
just the emergency room, floating emergency room. So
Interesting,
very neat
interesting.
concept. Wow,
Good
people
name.
figure out a way to make money. Anyway, so just few questions, Manish. So does
Yes.
your daughter speak Japanese or not?
So interesting story. She does not, because out of 4 years, 1 year she was in NYU. So 3 years she was there. I mean, as an exchange student, she was sent to New York University. 3 years she was there. She tried. She cleared probably one level, but somehow that's a very interesting point I would like to make. So somehow she did not like much the work environment of Japan. And I'm aware of that part otherwise also. Regarding the work environment, there are especially the discrimination between male and female. People say, and I've heard from multiple sources, including my daughter, that that is still there. So she never thought of like settling there. And somehow Japanese is a complex language also. So unfortunately, she could not. And because 1 year again break was there, and then she went to Singapore for her masters. So, and of course now she's in US. So she like could not pick up much beyond 2 levels. Ideally she
Oh,
should have cleared 4 levels, but she could not.
okay, okay.
And the
Yes.
course was in English. Course was in English.
And plus, you're probably surrounded by all English-speaking people like
Yeah,
her,
yeah,
from
yeah.
different
Correct,
countries.
correct,
So
correct,
that's what
correct.
happens. We are all surrounded by the same group of people that would have been here.
Yes, true, true, true. Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So the Kobe, yeah, I miss going there, but I wanted to go, but it was, I think, 2 hours drive. So I wanted to go to the Jain temple because, I was born Jain, and people who are my relatives, they kept messaging me, oh, you should go to Jain Derasar, but I couldn't go.
Yes,
Maybe next time I'll go
yes,
there.
yes,
So
yes,
did
yes.
you see at the airport, like it was very intriguing to me when I was at Osaka airport and the Tokyo airport. Like we Gujarati, we carry a thepla and chundo, and we pull it out at the airport and start eating. The same thing I saw with all the Japanese. They would take out their noodle box, and at airport there were microwave. I saw that they would warm it up and they were eating right there. Did you see anything like that?
Yeah, we saw that. So in airport as well as like in sometimes in trains also. I mean with the boxes. But the beauty is that and this time like since it was my like 8, 9 times. So the guide I asked the guide a lot of questions, and the guide told one or two very important things. And he was a local guide. I mean from Osaka. He said that Japanese people whenever they are uncomfortable due to any reason, this is one next step I'm just narrating. Whenever they are uncomfortable from because of other people due to any reason, they will never say anything. Like maybe in Europe or something, they will frankly upfront they will tell you that this is not right, or even sometimes they may shout also. Sometimes I'm not saying so, but in Japan they will never say anything. They will just what जो बोलते हैं ना tolerate करेंगे. I mean, they will tolerate. And he said that that is one reason that we are not we are considered as introvert. And because of these and multiple other reasons, a lot of other reasons, he wanted to immigrate, born in Japan, to Norway.
Hmm.
He said that I want to go in a more like a free country. Japan to me does not seem to be. It has a lot of culturally rooted things which stops me from being like to give a proper adequate freedom. And he was a Gen Z. I mean, this Gen Z. So this is the one of the perception I found, and I can I mean like correlate this somewhere with my daughter's experience and other things.
Yeah, they are kind of rooted in the tradition, although they are high tech and very advanced
Yeah, yeah,
technologically,
yeah.
but
So that's a
still they
beauty
are,
also.
yeah, it's a
That's a
great kind of
plus.
combination.
Yeah, great kind of combination. Exactly. So
Good, good, yeah.
that's something very interesting. And that is why the hospitality part, whenever you see, it is like Asian, what we are famous for, the Asian hospitality, the Thailand, Philippines, Japan. I mean, like they have that, so whenever you go to a top resort, top end resort, I mean, your whole experience is really, really very good.
Okay. Thank you so much, Manish.
Thank
Uh,
you.
and if you're going to hang out and if somebody has a question later on, they might ask you, but
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see. Okay.
yeah, surely,
And so
surely.
next speaker was going to be Prashant, but Prashant, I'm going to kind of push you one spot behind you. We're going alphabetically, but Sheetal, she has to go somewhere. So Prashant, if you're okay, I'm going to take Sheetal right now. And Sheetal is in Atlanta again, and as you know that she has been very proactive in helping all of us plan the travel. Whenever somebody has a question, she will have instant tips about a lot of stuff because she herself is a travel professional, and she not just sends people to destinations, she goes herself too. So she is a traveler and a travel professional, just like Manish. So she knows the travel in and out. So I think I'll let Sheetal take over. Go ahead, Sheetal.
Thank you, Prashant Bhai. Sorry for taking your spot, but I have another commitment after 12. But adding to what Dr. Manish Jain was just covering. So yes, just like he said, Hakone is one of the prettiest, and you can experience Japan outside of the metro cities that we all of us probably have visited, or at least the people who have visited Japan. The only thing that I would add for Hakone is we did have very limited options for vegetarian or vegan food. So Hakone was our kind of, we flew into Tokyo and then went to Hakone. So we still had our theplas. So those did come in handy. But then at the end of the day, it was like, okay, now we are even like, we don't want to eat any more theplas. So the hotel had free ice cream, a huge vending machine. For anyone who stayed at the hotel, they could have as much ice cream as they wanted. So we ended up eating that for dinner one day. But Hakone is known for its onsens, like the hot springs. So someone who's interested in hot springs, they should definitely visit Hakone. And of course, there are hot springs all over Japan. You do not have to go to Hakone if you don't have the time to. With hot springs, the public hot springs, you are not allowed even swimsuits when you visit those, but there are private hot springs that you can book. And then you can use swimming suits and enter those. So just a small tip there. And then we also visited Kanazawa and the Snow Monkey Forest, and as well as Takayama and Shirakawa-go villages. So again, that is something a little bit different. I would highly recommend the Snow Monkey Forest. We had I was with a group of 25 people, and we had all different ages in the group. So all the teenagers and the young adults, and even the adults, loved the Snow Monkey Forest. The only thing is, it is a little bit of a hike. It's a moderate hike, but if people are fit in your group when you're visiting, I would definitely recommend that. So that's one thing. And then one of my favorite locations was Oshino-Hakai for the Mount Fuji views. So I definitely would recommend going there, since I'm sure most people visiting Japan, especially the first time, they would be wanting to visit, see Mount Fuji, whether they do a cruise or just for the views of Mount Fuji. I think Oshino-Hakai is one of the best locations. That was one of my favorite locations. And then, of course, in Tokyo, another experience that all of my group wanted was the sumo practice. The time that we went, they did not have sumo matches. But I had arranged a sumo practice at a sumo stable in Tokyo, and that was amazing. And especially for me, that was my first time seeing like a sumo match. It wasn't like a championship match, but a sumo stable is basically where all the sumos train, and they even live there. And there are different sumo stables in different cities in Japan. So that is one experience if people are up for it and if it's of interest. I would say definitely do that. And again, it's not easily available. There is a difference between like sumo shows at cafes versus sumo practices at sumo stables. So I would recommend going to a sumo stable instead of like, a sumo show at a cafe. And then, of course, in terms of shopping, I think all the groups that have gone to Japan, like we have booked for them, they have liked going to Don Quixote. It's like sort of like, I wouldn't say a Walmart, but it's a big store it has all sorts of things. So even when we went, all the kids wanted to keep going back to that store, and there's lots of those stores everywhere in Japan. And then, of course, 7-Eleven and the Starbucks Roastery and Reserve, those are also very popular and people want to visit that. So just these are not like, shopping areas. Of course, Tokyo has a lot of good shopping areas like the high-end Ginza shopping and the Electronic City. So there's a lot of those for shopping, and then there's lots of malls. So just covering shopping, and like Dr. Manish Jain said, there's a lot of vegetarian restaurants. I think, probably every other corner has, like, even if it's a small Indian restaurant, there are lots of Indian restaurants, especially in the cities. I wouldn't say in the interior areas, it's not that common, but Indian restaurants, pizza places, Mexican restaurants, Italian restaurants, all of those where you'll find vegetarian or vegan, like Teas Tan Tan, all of those are available for cities. Vegetarian or vegan, vegans will not have an issue in Japan. So that's probably like a wrong myth that, we think that, okay, vegetarian we will not find, but no, there is a lot. And if someone needs any guidance with like restaurant names or anything, please reach out to me on the group. You can direct message me. I think, that's, I was just trying to cover something from my travel. But if you all have any questions regarding trips to the cities or outside the cities in Japan, please shoot. I can answer.
Yeah, you made a good point about the sumo cafe versus the stables, because similar thing can happen when you go to Argentina, the tango shows versus actual
Correct.
tango, where people are doing the tango, when you go to
Correct.
yeah.
Tango show houses versus, correct,
Yeah,
yes.
and we did both. We saw the professional tango show where you are sitting there and having dinner, and then they are doing the tango, and they're
Right.
very, very good. But then you go to I forgot the name of the neighborhood where the tango started in Buenos
Right.
Aires, and that's where you actually see people doing the tango.
La
So
Boca.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Right. And
go
and
ahead.
one more point regarding like the JR passes, and like Dr. Manish Jain said, yes, you can buy a pass if you are, so there is a JR pass calculator, like there is a site that will so if you are planning to do, let's say, 3 or 4 cities in 14 days, 15 days, and if you add it to that calculator, it will tell you whether it makes sense for you to buy the JR pass or not. So, so that's a very, very good calculator, because I think this question keeps coming up with the whether to buy a GR pass or not. So when I went, we did not buy a GR pass. The reason being, because mine was a larger group, we had the bus going everywhere because we were going to Nagano, and then we were going to Takayama and all that. So we were traveling in a bus. So for us, it did not make sense to do a GR pass, but we used the Suica app for internal travel within cities, like, going from our hotel to, let's say, the main Tokyo station. So we used the Suica app. Everyone used that. And then because even with the JR passes, some of the private train lines are not covered in the JR pass. And Japan does have some private lines that won't be included in the pass. So you will have to buy a ticket for those lines. And where we were staying, we had to use some private lines as well. So we did not do the JR pass.
And even the Nozomi Shinkansen is also not covered, the top end bullet
Right.
train. So even that
Right.
is not covered. So yes, it makes and one analogy with reference to tango and sumo is the vegetarian restaurant. So this time, and like I knew about it, but whenever you search for the vegetarian restaurant, I recommend, we did this time very extensive research was needed to preferably Indian-owned Indian restaurant. There are Nepalese-owned, there are Bangladeshi-owned,
Mhm.
but the authenticity of food has a clear difference
Yes.
between what, because Indian-owned means it may be by somebody from Punjab, somebody from Delhi, even somebody from Bombay. So Indian-owned, for example, this time out of 10, 9 we were able to organize for the Indian-owned vegetarian restaurant. One in Ogizawa, after the Alpine route, there was nothing possible in that small town. We could find one Nepalese, so we had to. So this is one important point I would like to make.
But how do you find, like, you just call them, email them? How do you find
Yeah,
out?
yeah. The best, what we did just to talk to them. But again, it is very, very difficult to find their WhatsApp number. Most of them are having the landline number. So it was a trouble. I mean, it was a lot of time. I mean, one of the staff did almost 5 days extensive research, and then she came up with some WhatsApp number, and then through. Suppose we got one Gujarati owned restaurant from Osaka. I asked them, like, please give me from Hakone, because they know amongst each other. So this is how we approach them. And when we speak to them, we just ask who is the owner, and that clears everything.
Yeah, and so the local guide and interpreter, Mr. Mehta is asking that question. Japan, in most places, even if you go to a hotel, they have like a translator, like a translating machine, like it's a gadget, a small gadget. Of course, now we have Google Translates on our phones, but there is a small gadget that they use, and even at restaurants you will find that that they'll use that, so you can speak into it in English, and then they'll reply back in Japanese, and then again that gadget will translate it. So generally it's not an issue. Yes, you will not find a lot of people speaking English, but at train stations and at visitor centers and all that, you won't have an issue with language. Now, one more thing that I wanted to highlight is so Japan does have, kind of, I would say kind of like dharamshalas that we have in India. So it has those Buddhist temple complexes. So if you want a very authentic Buddhist kind of an experience where you want to stay at a Buddhist temple complex, you can go and you can book one of these hotels or dharamshala, but they are very, very well maintained, clean, they are almost like 4-star hotels. And the breakfast and everything that is served at these places are vegan. So you will not even find meat. If someone is looking for non-vegetarian, you will not find it at these hotels. And you can also, the hotel will also help you book meditation with the Buddhist monks. They'll help you book like a Buddhist temple ritual with the Buddhist monks. And the Buddhist monks do speak English. The ones that we book, those monks speak English. So even when you have a group of Indians or basically who do not speak Japanese, you should still be able to book these experiences for them. And these are more authentic, just like the tea ceremony, wearing the kimono and taking pictures. Of course, that's a very touristy thing, but it's a must do for a lot of people traveling to Japan. And those tea ceremonies at the tea ceremony houses are again very traditional. So you have to look for something that is very authentic for these kind of experiences. Yeah. Rakesh bhai,
You are
you're
not audible.
muted, cannot
Not
hear
audible.
you.
So
Yeah.
while Sheetal was talking about different things, Manish, I thought of something that you might consider when you do your educational trip for the kids. I came up with the title, Sumo, Sushi, Snow Monkey, and Spirituality with Dr. Manish.
Yeah,
Four different areas: sushi,
Yeah,
sumo, spirituality, and snow monkey.
that's
And
awesome.
one interesting area. I mean, if you have any other question, I want to like start one new point about Japan. Like this was like about the wellness part in Japan.
Manish, can I
Yeah,
hold now?
yeah.
All of you, like, if you're getting something out of this call, can I request you to post in the group that, hey, things are going great and whatever you like, that so that talk about the call so that other people can join and benefit, because sometimes people forget and they
In
miss the
between. Ah,
notification.
yes, yes.
So,
Yeah.
and those who are not talking right now, others people, if I can request you to post in the group about the call so that others people can benefit out of it. So go ahead. Sorry, Manish, go ahead.
Yeah. So one this is like because that is another area we are doing some research, wellness travel ecosystem in the Japan. So Japan has Okinawa, you all might be knowing, one of the blue zone of the world, the Sardinia and somewhere in Greece and all that, where the longevity of the people is very, very high, and they have some particular reasons for that. So I have never been to Okinawa. I want to go, but the wellness is very much integrated into the local people actually. Wellness by various means. Of course, the vegetarian food is still like it's not there because of maybe other reasons. But otherwise, I mean, the one very important thing they follow, most of the traditional Japanese people, I'm not talking of the urban corporates or something, is that they eat, and this guide confirmed me this, they eat only up to 80% of the appetite. That is one thing they follow. And another thing, for forest bathing. I mean, there are few areas in Japan where forest bathing is one of the proper offering. I mean, both for tourists as well as for the local people, where you are completely away from your gadgets, completely in the forest, and maybe some element of spirituality. I've never done this, but these are so regarding the wellness or the this type of travel or this type of tourism. Also, Japan has many things to offer.
Yeah, that forest bathing, what I understand is that when you are in the trees, surrounded by trees, something that emits from the tree, basically it
Correct.
stimulates your oxytocin, which is a love hormone.
Yes.
That is like a
Yes.
scientific basis. So
Yes. Yes.
it may be just a explanation,
Correct.
but that is how the
Yeah.
forest bathing basically helps, because the oxytocin is a hormone of the love. So that's how it makes you feel good on the forest bathing.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Thank you so much. And thanks everybody. And I once again request everybody to post in the group so that people can join and benefit from this, because we still got few more speakers to cover. So Sheetal, do you have to add anything else?
No, I think that's about it. Like, if anyone has any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, now or later, you can reach out to Sheetal anytime.
Yeah.
She's always prompt in responding, and obviously
Yes.
she can organize the tour also. So Kumar bhai, if you have been to Japan also, based on your chat, I see that you say that based on your experience. So I would like you to be a speaker too. Once we are going by alphabetic order. So now next will be P, and then Rajan, and then Rohit, and then you. So maybe we would love to have you speak also about Japan. So next we're going to go to
Again, I lost my connection as you asked me a question.
Is that Sukumar bhai?
Yes, I am
Okay.
Sukumar.
Okay. So I don't know. You been to Japan?
Yes, I was there in 1989 for about 7 days.
Okay. So
Actually, it so happened that we were planning to buy a cardiac cath lab for our hospital.
yeah.
And a Japanese brand was also in contention, and they had filled the tender. It so happened that they had no installation in India, and we could not buy the equipment without at least having a look at the image quality and all those things.
Okay. Can you turn your camera on, Sukumar bhai?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we told the company that you don't have any installation in India, and how can we see the image quality and how easy it is and user friendly and all that. So then they said that we can arrange for a demonstration in Japan, and we are from Japan and we have hundreds of installations in Japan. So they arranged for a demonstration in Kokura Memorial Hospital. So our airport of entry was Fukuoka. From there we went to Kokura, and it is interesting to recall that when the nuclear device was dropped on Japan in 1945, Kokura was the primary target actually, not Hiroshima. But the pilots found that Kokura was covered with clouds, So they went to the secondary target and dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. So that's the story of my visit to Japan. And from Kokura for a day, we took a train and visited Hiroshima. That was a bullet train. I think it was Hikari Shinkansen, Hikari type of Shinkansen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the story about the fact that the atomic bomb was supposed to be thrown on that place, I think the pilot had some connection with that location. He probably spent some time and he had that emotional connection or whatever. So last minute he changed the location. That's what I read. I may be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good, good. Thank you, Sukumar bhai. 1 second.
Thank
Now,
you.
yeah. Prashant, sorry. Okay, now it's your turn. Okay. So Prashant is my college buddy and he's a dancer, right? Prashant, can you unmute? Can you unmute? We cannot hear you. Prashant, unmute. Okay. Prashant, we cannot hear you.
Because they've built a whole new airport, and that's kind of island. So
Yes.
till the time you see the airport, you get a feeling that you're actually about to hit the ocean. So that is one thing. Second thing is that always figure out the nearest 7-Eleven or Lawson. Even if you are a vegetarian, they'll always have bananas, some smoothie, some cookie, or probably cut apples. They sell apples in a pouch. They cut them, they take the peel off, they unseed them, and yes, and they have a couple of what we call a aloo cutlet or aloo tikki thing, and you can stuff it in bun and eat it. So uh, as long as there is a 7-Eleven around, I don't think even the vegetarians need to worry. As rightly pointed out by the previous speakers, most of the restaurants there are owned by Nepalis. They'll post an Indian flag, and by the time you realize you're inside one, the only time you realize one is they'll be playing Nepali songs or wearing those Gurkha hats or something like that. I've been there 3 times, 2 times for work, and Japan is a wonderful place for tourists, but not a good place to work. Trust me on that. When you are staying in Tokyo, you stay on the circular line near the Ueno station or Nippori station because there's that circular metro rail. It almost connects you to every place in Tokyo, and Tokyo is insane. It's pretty big. If you are staying in Kyoto, go to Shinmachi. And at Osaka, the best place to stay is Tengachaya, not Namba. Namba is very crowded. Tengachaya is the next stop to Namba on one of those lines. And in all my travels, Namba is one of the most confusing metro stations after the Châtelet metro station in Paris. Things to buy in Japan, obviously the tiger shoes, the Onitsuka ones, but even more the Momotaro jeans. Onitsuka shoes you'll probably get in India. They're all Vietnam made now. Even the ones they sell in Japan are Vietnam made. Momotaro jeans, you have people queuing up outside the station for us just to try them on. And it's worth every single dollar that you spend. Another place that I visited very often is the Morita fountain pen shop somewhere in interior of Osaka because I've always written in fountain pens. So they have this collection of sailor and pilot pens and special pigment inks. It's a wonderful place to be. Before going to Japan, I had been to quite some countries, and being a desi at heart, I was scared of the toilet paper. The Toto uh, uh, thing in Japan is just wonderful. It removed that fear. I would want that to come sometime in India, but because we have power shortage and poor civic sense, it doesn't really work here. The wonderful temples, but after you've seen the third one, in any city, you get the feeling that you've seen one, you've seen all. And most of the castles that are there were made in Meiji era and subsequently destroyed either in fires or war, and they were rebuilt. So even if you are to skip the inside of Osaka Castle, that should be fine. But don't skip the imperial palaces because each one of them has a taste of their own. The Japanese are very professional. absolute thing. I had a tad bad experience at a restaurant run by an Indian in Osaka. It's called Khazana. We had this wonderful chat and everything, and I thought they'll accept a credit card. But they were like the typical Indian people, no card, will take only cash. So that is something which you do not expect in Japan. Yes, I learned the language. I speak the language. I've cleared the N5 level and failed the N4 level. So it was a bit helpful. There are no garbage boxes, as have been told. The water, even the tap water, is drinkable. So always carry a small pouch to put your small garbage things in it. A bag, umbrella, always carry an umbrella and a small empty water bottle. The Shinkansen is amazing. Kobe, if you're there, you can miss out on a lot, but do not miss the ropeway, especially when it's raining. It's something like that of the gives you vibes of that Hong Kong ropeway. Absolute magical mystique. And cherry blossom everyone talks about, but no one actually talks about the autumn foliage in Diwali time, the November, when the leaves become red. That time is also as magical, if not better than the cherry blossom. A few more things. Yes, the Nepalis and the Indian restaurants save us, but because there are a lot of pizza joints now and the Mediterranean falafel and hummus, so I don't think vegetarians have much to worry about now. If you're going on a shoestring budget like me, the Appa hotels are there everywhere. Probably you'll find 2 or 3 right next to each other. There are about 7 or 8 Appa hotels in the Namba area of Osaka. A JR pass is overrated, but always buy that Ikoka pass or the Passmo pass and keep recharging it as and when possible. And of all the places that I've been to, the language is not much of an issue for me, but otherwise it's magical and nothing beats Japan. Thank you so much. I am done, sir.
Okay, so you can speak Japanese. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. I took lessons at AMA. Ahmedabad Management Association, they teach Japanese, and there's a native Japanese teacher. So I passed the N5 level. So I can convey what I want. I'm a vegetarian, and the travel directions and everything.
And where is the
So I
bathroom?
can. Yeah. Bathrooms are never a problem in Japan, sir. They have the best in
we have to
place.
learn that in every language. Where is the bathroom?
Yes. So the best way is, if you're going there, take printouts written in Hiragana script, explaining it to the restaurant owner that you are a vegetarian and you don't take fish and egg. Because for them, the definition of vegetarian is entirely different. Even even in what they would call a vegetarian ramen, the broth might have some fish. So I think it's better to write it on a piece of paper now that mobile phones are ubiquitous. So it doesn't really make much sense in carrying those printed maps and all. But public transport is one of the best. And even in smaller places like Kobe, the bus service and the trams are insane. Like, it's probably as good as London with last mile connectivity. And the thing is, those streets of Osaka and Kyoto, they're so crowded, but you'll never want to touch your pocket again and again to check out for any pickpockets or for any missing thing, because I think the whole place feels very safe.
That is
There's
very,
something
very,
magical about
yeah,
them.
absolutely. Because in my first trip, it was my first trip, so I was very immature, and I left my camera 2 times at some public place. 2 times, not
Yes, sir.
once. Both the times, once it was in the same
Yes, sir.
museum. After 2 days, we collected that, and the second time it was in Tokyo. It was in the police station. So we just
And one
collected
more
that.
thing, always carry your passport with you. One, because the law requires you to. Second, because if you shop, you get the money back. There is this thing, no, the tax refund. In other countries, you have to fill a form and drop it in. But in Japan, at every counter, either they'll offer you an instant 10% off, or there's going to be a counter at the 9th floor where you queue up, You just show the credit card which you used to purchase, and they'll give you
But
money, like
now,
as in
now
green
there is
money
a
back.
now there is a even better solution for this, that and that helps in two ways. One is, you before landing in Japan, you fill up like app. I mean, it's app or online on the website. Some
Visitjapan.com. Yes, yes, yes,
QR
yes,
code is generated, and on the
yes,
basis of
yes,
that QR code, it is just like fast forward immigration also. And most
yes.
important, for the shopping, you just have to show that QR code. So for the
No,
tax-free shopping.
I want to see the money back in my hand, so it
Yeah,
feels
tax.
makes
Ah,
me
okay,
feel
that's
good.
fine. Yeah, yeah. Correct. And the Toto history is also very interesting. The Toto,
So it
you
is
all know,
wonderful.
it's very, so the
Yeah,
evolution of Toto I have seen, because I went 12 years back, and this
yes,
time I found so many new features, so many. I mean, like, I cannot describe,
yes,
but one interesting feature I found in those washlets of Toto are that privacy. So I was
yes.
curious that what is privacy? I mean, like, you are in the toilet, and there is a button of privacy. So the privacy button was that basically it started playing some sound.
Playing
That is the
music. It
privacy.
starts playing music.
Music.
Yes, 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 yes.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, Japanese toilets are amazing, you know.
Amazing, sir.
Yes.
In
It's so
India, with the power cuts and all, I don't think they'll work as well. But yes,
No,
yeah.
no, in
they
Surat there
work
are no power
beautifully.
cuts. So in India, Surat, and
In
I
Ahmedabad
mean,
also,
yeah,
there
yeah,
are no power cuts.
So
yeah.
for people in the US, I think Costco has started selling those. So if
Oh,
anyone
Right.
is
They
interested
should. They should. US
in getting them.
is
yeah.
see, the thing is, your that place in US, that it gives chawal rajma, no, the Mexican outlet.
Hmm.
So
Chipotle.
who's
Chipotle, it gives chawal rajma. So the problem for vegetarians is solved,
Hmm.
but the toilets, they are a big one. It's a big one. I
Yes.
usually carry that thing, the one which you put batteries on and it sprays water.
Yes.
you know,
I
speaking
know we have had clients from India traveling to the US, asking for hotels that have the bidets, and we were
Yes,
like,
yes,
it is almost impossible, but there are travel bidets that people can
yes,
carry
travel
with
bidets.
them. So
Yes.
that's what a lot of clients have been doing when they travel to the US or Canada.
So even US is
No,
evolving now.
US is
It
evolving.
needs to, but it's not there yet.
Yeah. Yet to
You
evolve, yet to
carry it in
evolve,
your
yet
bag,
to
and
evolve.
the
Yes.
security guys will just smirk and smile at you and just let you.
You can carry two.
That way,
Carry two. Give one to gift to him.
give one to him as well. Yes.
so as we're talking about the vegetarian meal, many culture believe that non-veg is only turf. If anything that's served,
Yes.
that is a vegetarian. So just to explain that, surf means anything that come from ocean. Turf means anything that is on a land grown. And when you travel internationally, many culture believe that when you say vegetarian, that means surf is included. So what you're saying, that you have to clarify that
Yeah, absolutely.
you're
I
a
agree, sir.
you're a Hindu vegetarian,
But
basically.
the way we've been brought up, it says that, like, we've been brought up in a way which tells us that even egg is non-vegetarian. So even the bread portions in a Apa hotel breakfast, no, I'm tad uncomfortable with them, but one's got to eat something at times.
Exactly.
Yeah, something to do it. Yeah, that's the interesting point you made about the Fountain Pen Museum, because I'm kind of fanatic about writing. I actually still write people letter. Yesterday only I wrote a letter to my friend that I just came back from Omaha. 10-page letter I wrote. Look at my pen. Okay.
Rakesh
So
bhai, in
I've
that case,
always written in fountain pens, and there is
yeah.
this shop called Morita in interiors of Osaka. There's that about 70-year-old gentleman, and he's so very patient with everything, every detail of your fountain pen. It's like he's the one who invented the concept of fountain pen. He'll show you all the inks, and he'll give you hours and hours together. I went to the shop 3 times, and he was not pushing me to buy anything. It was just that he was in love with the concept of people still agreeing to write with fountain pen. So I bought about 6, 7 pens. I came back to India, and about 10 days later, there was a news that someone got smuggled 60 lakh worth of fountain pens in India and was caught at the Ahmedabad airport. So my friends were asking me, was it you? I said, no, I just got it for about 80,000. So it
So very
wasn't me.
interestingly, in this context, in the Ginza Street, we all know that Tokyo famous Ginza Street, there is a 8
Itoya,
story plus Itoya, exactly. Itoya,
No,
Itoya.
Itoya
So
is the commercial thing. This fellow
yes,
is like homegrown kind of thing.
I know,
I'll
I
share the
know, I
pictures
know.
on WhatsApp group.
Yeah, yeah.
Itoya
So,
is there on Osaka, this thing,
but
oceanfront
it's
also.
worth seeing. It's
It's
worth seeing. I
amazing.
liked
It's
it. I
amazing,
liked it.
amazing,
It's a
amazing, amazing.
10-story building
They'll
only
have
of stationery. Yeah.
they'll have all those rare colors of Lamy pen also, no? Like
Yes, yes,
kind of
yes.
become a sort of collector. So 14 colors of Lamy and I have 12, so two are left. I found one of them at Itoya.
Yeah.
So, and the paper quality, the stationery, the pigments of the ink, it's just
Everything. I mean, you
amazing.
have to, again, I say
Amazing.
you have to see to believe it.
And
Sweet to believe it.
when you have a writing instrument, it makes
It's
a
a
writing.
writing instrument. Yes.
Yeah, it's not a pen, it's a writing. That's what I
It's a
call it, a
writing
writing
instrument. It's a
instrument.
writing
And
instrument.
once you have the right instrument and that aligns with your thought process, the
Very true.
words
Very true.
just flows, and I enjoy writing so much there. I still write with the pen and paper. It's so much of fun on pen and paper. So great, yeah. So maybe next time when I go, I'll go to that fountain pen. It's like for that guy, it is Ikigai. Ikigai.
I
Yeah.
understand. I
Correct.
understand.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
so
Correct.
probably that is
Yes,
his
yes.
calling of the life, that every morning he wakes up
Yes.
to educate somebody about the fountain pen.
Very
That
true.
that's
So
that's his.
he'll make you sit down, he'll order something, some water or some coffee, and then he'll explain everything about you, about the pen and the nib. So the different inks, the pigment ink, clogs the nib and all that. So he'll explain everything, that this is a fine nib, do not use a pigment ink in this and things like that. So it was this kind of pilgrimage for me, who's written in fountain pen all his life.
Yeah, it's like somebody who is into watches, Rolex watches. When they go to
Yes,
Switzerland,
exactly.
in Geneva, they will go to the Rolex place and say they will explain every movement and every mechanics and everything. They get fascinated by it.
Yes.
So yeah, well, I'll go there once next
Just,
time I go to
uh,
Japan.
Sure.
Yeah.
share your experience of how serious they take the language in Japan.
They are not very serious about their language. I know states in India who are more serious about their language than Japan. But I'll tell you something very honestly. Just the fact that you've attempted to learn their language and you're trying to speak to them in Japanese makes them want to try that extra bit harder. I do not know if they can push themselves any further than what they've already done.
Okay.
But
So,
someone like I went to this Casetify shop to get a mobile cover for one of my friends. I spoke 2 lines and he realized that I've made a monumental attempt in trying to convey things to me. He sat me down and he told me that, okay, you speak wonderful language, but this is the word you should have used instead of this and that. And he was speaking to me in English. So, yes, they take their language seriously. Most of them don't speak English, but that is not a barrier in trade. They'll find a way to communicate with you, especially if you are a tourist. But if you work there, if you are to become a part of Japanese society, then probably you'll have to do N2. And now today there was a news report that there was a restaurant owner from somewhere in India who was there for 30 years and he's being sent back because his visa is not renewed. So you'll never be a Japanese. They'll never consider you as one of their own. But you are welcome there as a tourist, not as a member of their society. That is something which they're very clear of. So the Nepali people who've also gone there, who work the kind of jobs our people do in Dubai and Gulf, they are also living a very marginalized life. But because they are 1.5 lakhs in number, they've organized and unionized and they go to the court for every drop of hat. But it's not a very comfortable place to settle.
my
Even if you think of yourself as a Japanese, they will never accept you.
so my
In the
experience.
entire sorry.
Okay, so my experience is what I was trying to share you. I echo what you're saying. In 2021, when I was with the Hilton, they Japanese government actually sent me a girl who speak English fluent, Japanese fluent, as well as she was from Singapore, so that local language fluent, and they sent her to me to train crash course in hotel industry. And the purpose of that is because they want people who work in travel tourism industry must be fluent in both language and willing to help. So I had the opportunity to train her, and when I was communicating her, and she goes, I was sent by the government to you because they want me to, you know, be ready for the travel tourism. So that's what I mean by when I said they take their language seriously.
They take it seriously.
Yeah, they do pride their language. However, if you're a tourist, then there is government, work with it where you have a people available to communicate.
Yes. See, I'll tell you something. In United States and Canada, you have a lot of Indian and Chinese politicians and people holding government jobs. In the entire history of Japanese empire, there's just two outsiders. One is a Finnish person who's been living in Japan for about 40-45 years. He's become a member of their equivalent to parliament. And one is an Indian guy who's become the local mayor. So they are very clannish and they're very conservative about keeping their identity. But eventually they have an aging population and they don't have the kind of people who lift bricks for them. So that is where the Nepal people are filling in. And I think they are doing the right way thing. If they open up, people are just going to flood.
My counter experience recently I had in Madrid, where I asked them to say habla English, and they get mad at me. Even taxi driver, I say habla English, he was so got angry with me, and he goes, no, Spanish is the best language, no English.
Yes.
So that the difference here, what I'm trying to say is for tourists on a tourist city, you have to have some fluctuation with the different language.
Yes, I agree, totally agree.
Yeah, where the Japan is always willing to do that. So
yes, and one more thing, you can have a crash course in French and German and Spanish, but I don't think Japanese is the kind of language which you can learn in a crash course. It takes months, if not years.
But it's always good to learn few words,
Absolutely.
It's all memorizing. You may not know the meaning of it, nothing, but just, memorize and say good morning, goodbye. And
if good morning, thank you, and excuse me, I think that takes you to places.
Yeah, that's what I try to do is whichever country I go, I kind of 5-6 sentences and, that connects with the people instantly.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Rajan.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sure. So we got two more people, I think Prashant and Rohit. So Prashant, I think I see you unmuted now. Can you go ahead and talk? So Prashant is my buddy from the college, and he loves to dance, and he just sent me the video of him dancing at Mount Fuji, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. I think I am a very leisure traveler. The way Manish Bhai and the madam and Rajan Bhai has elaborated Japan, I am absolutely leisure travel. I am in Japan with our two local guides and one Japanese guide. So our tour is mainly for leisure purpose. I had with my two daughters. They come for eat sushi, ramen, and matcha and cheesecake. So we find a vegetarian restaurant for this all four things. It's very difficult to find a pure vegetarian restaurant in Japan, but eventually we can find on Google Maps, and the people are very helping that we are finding a restaurant, vegetarian restaurant. The busy shopkeeper come out of his shop and show us on Google Translator and show us the route to the restaurant. They are very, I think, very decent people. For travel purpose, I think nothing wow factor is there in sightseeing and everything. But the people of Japan are like extraordinary. They guide you like anything. And another experience, I actually want to go for some Buddhist rituals and everything. at Kyoto, and our daughters are for eating only for Japan and shopping, and that's all. This is only experience. Uh, the learned travelers has so many things about Japan. I cannot guide any further.
No problem, Prashant. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah,
Okay.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. And now we will have Rohit. 1 second. Add spotlight. And so Rohit is in Atlanta, and he's a good friend of mine for many years now, right? We have known each other for 15 plus years, I guess. And he's an engineer with still Verizon, right?
Yes, so far,
Still,
yeah.
still Verizon. And as you can see behind him is a picture of Osho. So he's an Osho disciple and big into Zen. And one of the reasons he went to Japan was trace the Zen to its origin, right? So I don't know what he's going to share, but I'm sure somewhere the Zen will show up, right?
Yeah, can you hear me? Because I think
Yes,
my
and he's a brand new grandpa. So you can see the big smile on his face about his granddaughter, right?
yes, no grandson, Laksh.
Grandson, okay, in Houston.
Yeah, in Houston. Yes.
Sorry. But he's just like me. We don't have hair, but he's not that old, okay? He's got more hair than me, but go ahead, go ahead, Rohit. Yeah, he's in Atlanta. Yeah.
Right. So, firstly, Rakesh, I want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the beautiful group you have shared and this very nice seminar. I learned so many things from so many friends who have been to Japan and learned the language. It was quite enlightening. There were a few things I wanted to add, which one thing that I didn't hear anybody talk was that the amount of walking you need to do in Japan is by far the most I have done in any other country. So initially, I thought that it may be the shoes I don't have are not good, so I tried buying new shoes there. But then I figured out the problem is not the shoes, it's somewhere else. So I have never uh, looked for a rock or a stone or a chair so desperately in my life as I saw in Japan because we were clocking close to 30,000 steps a day. We were self-managed tour, me and my wife went, and it was last year during the cherry blossom time. And as Rakesh ji mentioned, the main motivation to go to Japan was because I heard Osho say a lot. Basically, most of his later part of life, he only talked on the Zen Buddhism. So I wanted to go and be in those temples where the Zen Buddhism started. And so we were there. We went to 23 of different temples. So if you are only interested in from the architecture perspective, then they may kind of appear to be similar. Uh, just like Hindu temple may appear to be similar if somebody is only looking at the architecture point of view. But we found a lot of different values. For example, if you go to a real Zen temple, there may not be even an altar, a big altar. There may people, I saw people who were just roaming around and figuring it out where the big altar is, where they can go. And there may not be even an altar there. Or even if there is, there may be a very small one compared to the size of the temple. So just being in the temple, so we will go there and spend almost 5-6 hours just sitting sitting in that rock garden where they are combing. So just sitting there and is a very different experience. Uh, so every temple have a different vibe and it takes time to do. And like India, those places, unlike India, those were not very crowded. So for example, in Nara, I was able to sit inside the temple for almost like 3-4 hours till our time allowed, and nobody bothered us. We were sitting in the corner and just enjoying our being present in that area. It was so beautiful that it has been 1 year and still my phone thing, I still use the same cover that I took picture myself here of the Nara temple. It is still there. This I took it and it is still there. I can't take it out from here. It is so beautiful. That is one. Another thing that I would recommend friends to do is to have an experience of the vegetarian vegan lunch. You definitely get it when you are staying in those areas, which we did not. We stayed in a regular hotel. Uh, you can book Zen lunch from here itself. So there are two places we enjoyed the Zen lunch they offer to public there. It's very nice, and once we were there, we learned that they give you like 6 course meal, and each course caters to one type of taste. So that was very interesting. So first time it was just, the second time also we went there. It was very beautiful. Another thing is to enjoy a very authentic, you need to find out the right places for the proper tea ceremony. So that was also very meditative to have a right tea ceremony at the right place. So I have those informations. I will share that in the WhatsApp group that we have. Other place I would recommend if you are in Kyoto, because we were primarily in Kyoto area. That is where most of the temples are. Tokyo, we just went in and out for the airport, but we went to Kamakura temple there and all the other temples in the Tokyo area. So when you are in Kyoto area, it is worth taking a trip to Uji, for which is the green tea place where the original matcha comes from. And they make it in the morning, I think, and by 4 o'clock it is all over. So you have to be there a little early to see if you can get something. And there they have a very, very nice nice temple as well. I bought the photo of that and I still have to frame it. It is I forgot what is the name now. I have it here. The Uji temple name is Bayuddin temple. It is a World Heritage Site. Very, very beautiful. Just to sit there is very relaxing. So besides that, I think everybody else has already covered on the vegetarian food and all. So that's all, Rakesh. Yeah, I have. I'll share those places of the Zen lunch and the tea ceremony.
Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot, Rohit. And did I miss anybody else
Yes.
from the speaker lineup, or somebody joined later on that they want to talk? Let me see.
Rakesh bhai, may I add few of the points?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me put you on the spotlight. And who is this? Who was that?
May
Chetan bhai,
हाँ,
1 second. Yeah, 1 second, Chetan bhai. Okay, go ahead. If you can possible turn your camera in the landscape mode, the horizontal, that way in the recording, because this will be on the YouTube.
in that case, I have to.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Most of the points has been covered, but few of the points which I think we should highlight is, one is the concept of a capsule hotel. It is an affordable, efficient, and unique type of accommodation with all the amenities like mattresses, TV, charging point, electric means light, all etc. And such type of pods now are available in India also at Mumbai Central or Hyderabad railway station, which is worth. Toilets, we have already discussed. One thing is a replica of the Statue of Unity, Statue of Liberty. Sorry, Unity, nahi, Statue of Liberty. The Japan has a several replica of the Statue of Liberty, and the most famous is situated replica on the Odaiba. It is an man-made island facing the Tokyo Bay. So this is one of the thing. Another thing is I have visited or traveled Japan with keeping in mind the technology part. Second is the nature and World Heritage Site, UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And third is the shrines and the temples. Technology aspect, you can visit Umeda Sky Building or Odaiba itself. Then Team Lab. It is one should visit in a Tokyo City Team Lab. It is worth visiting. Another is the Tokyo Sky Tree. We can amaze by the technology with the Japan. The nature, we have already discussed many points, but the Japan has few of the very best beaches also, though I have not visited it, but the few of the beaches are also worth visiting. And
there are lots many World Heritage sites I have seen during my trip. Of course, shrines and temples where Dr. Rakesh Bhai has discussed, both are practicing simultaneously and they have merged with each other. But few of the, like Todaiji temple is a World Heritage temple. Similarly, other is another shrine at the Miyamazi Island, which has a floating torii gates. Uh, Another is yes, Snow Monkey Park and the Ovakundai boiling area is worth visiting. Another World Heritage site is Sirakawa Go area, where the farmhouses has a particular type of structure where they don't use any what we call say that nails and all other things. They and their roof is just like our folding hands, like in a prayer. So it is worth visiting. And during the long winter, they cultivate the silkworm for their activity. Another Nara area or the Kyoto area, they have a very good Sagano Scenic Railway. It is a half an hour journey, but it is worth visiting this train journey. It is one of the best scenic train journey available in the Japan. These are the few points which I have added. And of course, we should start from the Osaka and end at the Tokyo. It's fine. One more thing, if you are shopping lovers, if you spend a value of purchase more than 10,000 yen from one shop in a day, you can get the tax-free also, tax rebate also. This is from my side. I have added few points.
Thank you, Chetan bhai, for adding that. Anybody has gone to
It's
Okinawa?
5,000 yen now. It's 5,000 yen now. It's not 10,000, sir.
Acha, now it's 5,000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
Anybody?
also regarding the onsens, there are most of them don't allow foreigners there, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
The onsens, no, most of them don't allow foreigners.
Uh-huh. The soap, usually, so the tax-free soap, they mention some on their soap.
It's 5,000, sir. I came back
Five.
on 16th of April only, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Now, anybody went to Okinawa, the blue zone where people live 100 years?
I have visited nearby Ovakundai village, Boiling Valley, what they say that, and there is a one we believe that if you put the egg in a boiling water for an I forgot the time duration, 1 hour or so, the outer skin of the egg will be turned black due to the oxidation of the hydrogen sulfide and that. And if you eat that one particular egg, your life will increase by 7 years.
Oh. Interesting.
One more thing, sir. There's a very useful app called Happy Cow. Okay,
What?
and that will show you the vegetarian and vegan restaurants in your
Happy Cow.
area.
Yes.
I use it.
Happy
I
Cow.
use it.
Happy Cow, I know. Yeah. You're right.
But
And
now you can do in AI
there
as
is
well. Now AI can also
yes.
support that. I use that AI over Happy Cow now.
And one more thing, in Japan, the thing is, not all metro stations have elevators and escalators. So at times it becomes a problem, especially while coming and going back, dragging those heavy bags with you. So there are services wherein you put your luggage, Yamanote, something like that. Its symbol is of that of a black cat. I'll just tell you the name. You can drop all your heavy luggage at the airport with those service providers, and within the same day by evening they'll put it on. They'll drop it at your hotel at a very reasonable cost. Luggage, Japan.
I will put the name of the restaurants where we have taken the vegetarian food.
Sure, yeah, if you
Yes,
can post it in the group, that would be great.
It's Yamota. Yamota.
Oh, okay. Yeah, on the same token, I saw that most of the railway station, they had like a lockers. People used to put their stuff in the locker
Yes.
and then go off and then come back. Yeah, so they're the
But sir,
big
they
locker.
are
It's not like tiny locker, big
no, it's
locker.
a very big
Yeah,
one. Yes, sir.
yeah,
But sir, they are at times difficult to operate for people who are not exactly tech savvy. Like it takes quite some doing.
that's true. Plus, yeah, and the Japan is like a vending machine culture. You can get everything
Yes,
from the
yes,
vending
yes.
machine except
Exactly,
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
exactly.
you cannot get the Wi-Fi from vending machine, but
Maybe that too, sir. We never know.
who knows?
Yes.
Anyway, so anybody I left out in the speaker? Anybody wants to add anything? Okay, I guess. Thanks a lot, everybody, for being here, and thanks to all the speakers who participated with their experience. And we'll meet again in the next call, whenever that is. We'll see what the new interesting topic we can figure out. Okay. Thank you,
Thank you so
everybody.
much for
And
connecting us, sir. Thank you so much
you're
for
welcome.
connecting all of us.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Good night,
Thank
good
you.
morning,
Thank
good
you all.
Good
afternoon,
night, sir. Good night.
wherever you are. I think Sriram joined from Thailand or somewhere, and I think probably he is sleeping now. So he lives in
Yes, sir.
Melbourne. So normally he misses the meeting, but I think this time he was able to join. But I think he's getting late for him there in somewhere in Malaysia, Thailand, somewhere. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.